Let's talk review and cost of ownership of the Renault Clio. I know a lot of you have been requesting so many different cars and I really appreciate it. I'll get to them, I'm working hard to find them, but I'd love to know where each and every one of you is tuning in from. So drop your country's flag in the comment section below. Let's jump into this video. Starting off with the exterior. So now, and it's crazy to say, this is a car that's about a decade old. It's a 2014. And yet, I think from the exterior, it's still so modern. I think the designers smashed it when they did this back in the day. The use of materials, differences of trims and stuff like that, I think it still looks so good for a car that's 10 years old.
AJ, turn around quick.
Why?
It's Matt, guys, the guy behind the camera. Please give Jade a hard time for wearing the Polo Sport shirt on a Clio review. Oh yes. Come on, Jade.
Loyalist.
Polo in a Clio review. Come on, bro.
Here are my top 3 things that I love about the exterior of this car. Number 1, the badge. I think the massive badge on the front of the car just looks cool. It's integrated so well and overall just looks neat. Secondly, the headlights as well as the rear lights. I think again, just the design, the way they fit to the body, the way it's all incorporated looks really good. Let's jump into number 3. The last one is the design and look of the alloys on this car. I think again, just knocked out of the park. For a car that's 10 years old, I think it's held from an exterior point of view really well. Let's jump inside the Renault Clio. Now let's talk interior of the Renault Clio. For a car again that's a decade old, it is so clean and I think so well done inside here. The dials, the texture on the dash, the mix of kind of colors and materials, the screen, the center console, everything just works so well and you sit in here and it feels like it's a brand new modern car in terms of design. Again, Renault knocked this one out of the park. Here are the top 3 things that I love about the Clio's interior. Number 1 is actually the key. It's this card-like shape. It's obviously got keyless entry and keyless start and stop, but I think just looks really cool. Number 2 is the dash in front of me. Again, the design is just so cool. You've got like this yellow when it gets to the rev limiter or your fuel's empty. Overall, just looks power in my opinion. And number 3, the dash, the texture, the look. I think the material used is just epic. Moving on to engine. This is a 0.9 liter, a 66 kilowatt engine that does 0 to 100 in about 12.2 seconds. By no means a extremely fast car, but I think nippy, more than enough power for any sort of driving, but we'll jump into that when we take this for a drive. Let's take a quick listen to what this exhaust sounds like. Now jumping into the interior of the Renault Clio. Bearing in mind, we've got that 0.9 liter engine and the turbocharger. The turbo definitely helps in terms of getting enough speed. Now I'm going up a hill, so I have to drop a gear. But if you get the revs above between 4,000 or 5,000 RPM, it's nippy enough. It's enough to get you going on the road. It's a very comfortable, smooth drive. The cabin feels really nice to be in. Again, I think I'm just so blown away by the fact this is a 10-year-old car, but it doesn't feel like it. Even the performance of the car doesn't feel terrible at all. It's got a great suspension, enough power. Overall, just a great place to be in. Now jumping into cost of ownership, let's talk maintenance, installment, insurance and fuel. Starting off with maintenance. A service with dealer, that being Renault, will set you back between 2,000 and 2,500 Rand. Moving on to the tires. Now, this is the beautiful thing about this car and it being more cost effective than the other ones. This, for all 4 tires, was about 4,500 Rand. Jumping into fuel. To fill this car will cost about 850 Rand, and that'll get you roughly 500 kilometers. Now for the all-important installment and insurance. The installment that the owner is paying on this is 2,136 Rand a month, and the insurance 540 Rand and 12 cents, bringing the total monthly cost of the installment and the insurance to 2,676 Rand and 12 cents. Now for the total cost monthly and over a year to own this, the Renault Clio 4. A month it's going to set you back 2,901 Rand. Over a year that makes 46,812 Rand. Now I think this Clio is great value for money, especially compared to some of the other cars I've done. Let me know your thoughts, otherwise I'll see you in the next one.